Well, well, well. Somebody is finally exercising some sense. CeeDee Lamb has been shut down for the remainder of the season. And I, for one, am glad. I was already talking about this a week ago. There was no reason that CeeDee Lamb should have kept playing. But by CeeDee Lamb being shut down the remainder of the season, I think it is very telling, especially based on some things that were said before and after not the Buccaneer win, but the win by the Washington Commanders. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy hitters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this content at the end, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can help grow this channel and put us in the algorithm. Now, let's talk facts. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing the difference between a week. And not just a week, but what transpired in a week. Because I was actually wondering why CeeDee Lamb was continuing to play with this shoulder injury. But after listening to their reaction, not after the Buccaneers win, but listening to their reaction after they got notice that the Washington Commanders had beat the Philadelphia Eagles, it's very interesting how so many things changed. Let me let you hear CeeDee Lamb before the Tampa Bay Buccaneer game. This is CeeDee Lamb talking about playing hurt. Let's listen.
And as far as the preparation that I need going out throughout the week, but when I get out there, man, I'm thinking about winning a football game.
I'm not sure you talk to the younger receivers about how to fight through those things, especially because you guys get nicked up a lot and you have to fight through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's you just understanding your pain tolerance, if so much to say. And obviously, if it's impeding with what you do, like as far as contributing to the team and contributing to winning, then I suggest you sit out because I don't want you to embarrass yourself. Granted, the competitiveness and everything as far as pride goes, that you want to be out there. But if it's not going to be like positive for anybody, or you're not going to be able to be who you are out there on the field, then don't risk it. But if you have a chance of going out there and still having an opportunity of withstanding those injuries, or just withstanding the burden of the injury and still being able to play at a high level, then you're fine.
What's the motivation to play for now?
What you mean? Still to win a game, regardless. At the end of the day, still got to win a game. That's the motivation.
Now, all this talk is before the Buccaneer game, but after the Bengal loss. And it's strange to hear CeeDee talk because CeeDee sounds like, he's just saying, you're just playing to win the game. But I'm realizing something as I get you closer to the announcement of CeeDee Lamb not playing. One, CeeDee Lamb was playing for, and like a lot of these receivers or these players, it's not just CeeDee Lamb, but a lot of these players are playing for stats too, because the stats matter. They're historical, they're your legacy, and they are also a part of you getting paid. And so in all of this, it's not that I don't believe that CeeDee Lamb wants to play the game, but with his injury, I was still wondering, because every week he was taking a chance, and it's not the same chance you're taking when you're healthy. No, when you're hurt, you're really taking a chance. And so to hear him talking about pain tolerance and all of those things, I found it to be very interesting. Because then after that, let's look at the next interview he does, and this interview is after the Carolina Panthers victory. Let's listen.
See, 3-1, 3-1 in your last 4 games. How can you build on that going into these final 2 home games and jumping up?
Taking each and every practice personal. Obviously, opportunities are limited, and we know that. So just be grateful for why you're out here. Remember why you're out here. And as for me, going out there and putting your best foot forward for the guys, for the team, and continuing to lead.
Because you guys play Sunday night, will it be hard not to scoreboard watch a little bit on Sunday?
It ain't going to be hard, not for me.
Why so?
Because at the end of the day, you got to go out there and win your game. You can only do so much watching, and watching can only get you so far.
How much pride do you take this year, despite all the injuries, everything that's gone on? Top 3 in catches, receiving yards. You held out, but you're still putting up the numbers anyway.
Right. Man, I'm prideful in everything I do, right? And with that, all the work that I put in the offseason, I can hear myself. All the work that I put in the offseason, man, is showing fruition. And
the Commanders beat the Philadelphia Eagles. All of a sudden, you see a mind change. You see a mind change. Now, this is Jerry Jones. Just 2 days after the Buccaneer win, talking about CeeDee Lamb playing injured. Listen.
Jerry, CeeDee Lamb has talked about just how banged up he's been. He's played really well the last couple weeks. Has there been any consideration for you guys for like, hey, now that this is done, maybe we just let that shoulder heal a little bit, or are you going to leave it up to the player and just say, hey, if he's feeling like he can go, we're going to let him go?
The latter. We'll leave it up to the player. He'll certainly be advised by our medical people, but absolutely in this particular case, leave it up to the player, and we'll be monitoring that carefully.
So if you're listening to Jerry Jones and you think about what CeeDee Lamb said, CeeDee Lamb said he was playing for his guys. He said you have to measure your pain threshold. You have to determine whether or not you're going to be ineffective out there or embarrass yourself. We see him still talking right before the Washington Commanders game. If you listen to that interview, he's talking about continuing to play again. And then it's after that game, of course, he's already committed to playing against the Buccaneers. All of a sudden, they decide to shut CeeDee Lamb down. And it just makes me wonder, because could he be any more hurt than he's been any of these other weeks? They're already saying that whatever he has does not require surgery. But I think there's a couple of other things that we can read the tea leaves on this about this situation with CeeDee Lamb. Let me tell you again. One, he's in the record books again. He's in the record books. First 4 years, I think it is, 1,000-yard seasons. First, he's along with Michael Irvin, 4 1,000-yard seasons in the first 5 years or something like that. Number 2, they're eliminated from the playoffs. There's no more reason for CeeDee Lamb to be risking himself out there on the field getting further injured. I had talked about this a couple of days ago. I thought he was taking a huge risk playing against a defense like the Philadelphia Eagles, who we know they are a really good defense, and I think they were going to really try to put some hurting on CeeDee Lamb and just knock him out of the game anyway. But I think there's also something else to this. It also leads me to believe that the Cowboys have seen enough of what they need to see as it pertains to Mike McCarthy to me. I don't think it's important for them or to them any longer to win these last 2 games. The Cowboys actually thought they were in a playoff run. And now that they know they are eliminated from the playoff run, well, I guess what? CeeDee Lamb went to Jerry Jones and said, I can't play no more. I'm too hurt to play. Did he get advised by the doctors he couldn't play? I think there are other things that are at play here, because it was like I said before, after the Washington Commanders win, I said there's no more reason for CeeDee Lamb to play. And Jerry Jones says just 2 days after that win, we'll leave it up to CeeDee. Now it comes out that CeeDee is not going to play. And I think there's something else maybe playing into this too with the Philadelphia game, because they're saying that it's a high chance that Jalen Hurts doesn't play. The Cowboys could still possibly win that game facing Kenny Pickett. Possibly. But everyone else is still playing. They still have other players. So that doesn't mean it's going to be an automatic win. But either way it goes at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter if they win these last 2 games anymore. Other than pride. And I don't even think it any longer figures into Mike McCarthy or Mike McCarthy's job. Jason Garrett said it does. I don't think it doesn't. I don't think it does. I think Jerry has seen enough. They didn't make the playoffs. They're talking real good about Mike McCarthy. But the reality is, this is a bad season. And I got news for y'all. It's not just the injuries. It is not just the injuries of why this is a bad season. This season was bad from right after the Cleveland game. Things went downhill before players started getting hurt. This team didn't seem like it was either prepared or it was acclimated into some of the things that this coaching staff wanted to do. Whether it was the offensive line, whether it was going back to the West Coast, the very generic West Coast, whether it was Mike Zimmer's defense, it seemed like they were not ready for any of those things. They just didn't seem prepared. They didn't from the very beginning. And so you have to take all of that in its totality, because this is the very soft part of the schedule. They thought they were going to win during this time. Very soft part of the schedule. So all of this stuff with CeeDee Lamb being shut down for the remainder of the season, it is very, very telling. They're out of the playoffs. They've seen what they need to see from Mike McCarthy and this team. The reality is, it has not been a successful season. And now they're going to go and make their decision on Mike McCarthy. Telling you, man, it's been a crazy season. But I'm still looking forward to the next 2 games. I still want to see what they look like against the Philadelphia Eagles, with or without Jalen Hurts, and especially without CeeDee Lamb. I want to see what their effort is like. And maybe these last 2 games can continue to galvanize this team and help them be the team that they need to be next year, despite who the coach is. So, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video on Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.